Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall is 5 minutes away from 10 o'clock on Monday night. Back with a few for tomorrow. When I get moving, I'll be feeling better. Still not fully right, maybe 85%. Was better all day, but the last hour trying to eat a bit was difficult. So we'll have to get a doctor on Wednesday, I believe, to see can he find anything. I'm thinking it could be the ear or inside the ear, because the last couple of days when I put my finger into my ear, it helps a bit. Now that's helping, to have my finger loaded on my earlug. So there could be something inside that's touching a nerve or something. We'll see. We have to soldier on. Wasn't with you last night, done a bit of visiting and fancied sort of nothing today. There was a couple of that we had backed before, or attempted to back before, and there was a few, they weren't clear cut, so I left them alone. I was going to put one up this morning, but actually it was beaten by a nose, so just as well, although I should have won the race. When was it with you last? Saturday night. We had yesterday. What had we yesterday? Oh yeah, Shertara was first off. The £8 penalty, and I don't think it stayed the trip. Bring it back to 2.5 miles, goodish ground, might be more competitive. Iris Emery made a mistake at the first fence, nearly got rid of Paul Townend. That was him done and dusted. And the horse that I was close enough to backing myself yesterday, but I didn't, because it was the first time at the trip, one I mentioned a couple of times, Final Orders. And the horse that won has won 2 for the new trainer, Ian Donoghue. That was going to win in Gordon a couple of years ago. I remember when we were on it on heavy ground, and it was odds on a run, and it ploughed into the last and up in the jockey and fence and the whole lot, railings and the whole shooting bang gallery. It's amazing what how a horse can be transformed by moving yards. Cot Mask, I was fairly positive with all the money for that yesterday that would win. The horse that was second last year, not having ran since last November, couldn't have it as a 9-year-old. Cot Mask just didn't jump as fluently as he can. You could see a cloud of dust every time he was hitting the birch. Normally he'd be pinging those. So maybe the ground wasn't to his optimum satisfaction. We had then a lucky 15 that I was saying, and we probably broke about even on that. Almud Haffer, forget about him, waste of time. There's a place for him is below in Killarney with pulling a cart with Americans in it for the summer. Dark 30, that was 11-1 the night before. That was well gambled on and just held on by a nose. I think it returned about 6-1 or 30-2 in that bracket. Goes well fresh, as I pointed out, and it did. And Dolce Courage, out the back at the television, not off a yard, and yet finished 4th at 22-1. It came to win the race, but he didn't bother trying because the money wasn't down. We'll watch that where it runs next. And then Happier, we thought it'd go from gate to wire, left his race in the stall, and that was good luck to you. So there was no Happier. It was sadder. We were watching that. Finished last, I think, or back to back. Anyway, what can you do? Kerry won the football yesterday. They beat Mayo. Mayo likes to be second in Croke Park. Shillerman tells me today that they're going to win something this year. I think he said Sam, whatever Sam is. I don't know. It might be in Ballinrobe or something. Anyway, I was looking here at the Liverpool Hurdle on Saturday. Tiupu is installed as the 2-1, 11-8, 6-4, 7-4 favourite along by some of the bookies. Strong Leader won it last year, and it was a selection of mine anti-post for Cheltenham. But he's 8-1 with 365. I think he's worth the bet at 8-1. He's 3 for 3 in Aintree. Won a novice hurdle in 22, scooted up bet Echelon by 8 lengths. Then second in 23 in the Group 1 or Grade 1, tomato to win the pocket. And then last year, hosed up. We were on it last year, 8-1. And it hadn't ran from the Cleve Hurdle last year, which was 38, and it hasn't ran this year. Same tactics, same strategy, same planning. I will just double check. Where are we here? Tupu 15-8. Strong Leader 8-1. Gordon has the Wall Park in and Tiupu. Don't know what's running. Willie's and Joseph O'Brien's. Winnie May. I mean, we don't know what's running there, but I think that's going to go off a lot shorter. And we know it's running, and we know it's 3 for 3 at the track. So I lost a few pounds on it in Cheltenham, so I'm trying to get it back. I backed it there at 8-1 today. And hopefully the ground should be a problem. Good to soft is fine. They're washing their sea over there already. The Kempton bet tomorrow in Lingfield, slightly short of distance. We'll have a shot at it on Poncho. It was 7s earlier, I see it's into 6s. I was on about horses for courses a minute ago there with Strong Leader like an Aintree. This lad doesn't mind Lingfield either. That's when he came to my attention, and then the next time he ran, we backed him here the day he won in Lingfield. He finished up 8-1 that day. Let's have a quick peep. He was out the back.
Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
On, approaching the home straight. Le Rouge Chinois in second. Poncho travelling really strongly in third place with Sundancer Girl on the inside. Then Destinado from the rear. Everything else has dropped away, and it's all about stamina in the closing stages here. All right, Sunshine. Poncho now being asked by Tom Quealy, and Poncho is picked up really stylishly and goes on to win well. What a masterclass from Tom.
Now, that was over 2 miles, or close to it. The previous time he had ran was over 1.2 miles. Recently, he ran there again. It was over 2 miles, and it was in a better class race. It was a class 2. And the horse was beside him, Cool Party, came out and spoiled our party the other day.
Gray has set sail for home inside the 2. He opens up that stride and he goes 3 lengths clear. To Red Flyer in second, Poncho on the move into third, but Roaring Legend has got a decent break over the others. With just over a furlong to go, and the Grey is not stopping. Roaring Legend is well clear. To in second place, Red Flyer, and then Cool Party, but Roaring Legend is going to win this emphatically for Hugo Palmer and David Probert and owner Alan Peterson. He's down. Roaring Legend completes the all-weather hat-trick. To Red Flyer second, close for third, Cool Party.
If you look at it, he's rated 72. That was an 87 horse. Get out of there. 87. There was an 80 horse and 91 behind. We were on Moon over Miami actually that night. We didn't touch Poncho. Now, it is shorter trip, but if they go a fast pace, it's down to class 5. Tom Quealy it's a win bet like at 6-1 there. It's worth a shot. Another redemption day tomorrow for us with a horse in Kempton who I thought would win last time out. Flegmatik done all but win, and it's up in trip this time, but it has won at the trip and the track before. Good to soft, beat Chianti Classico. That went on to win in Cheltenham the same year. Runs well enough in Kempton. That was 137, and Tristan Hurdle was in the bike. He was up £4 for the last day. He's up to 134, but he's £3 under when he won that a couple of years ago. This is him here heading for home. He's coming up.
Barley by about a length. Now Flegmatik moves into second. Towards the outside, Outlaw Peter. Jetoile, as they shuffle the pack, quickly drops back to fourth. Bad now makes ground around the outside. Still, Sure Touch begins to make ground. Fence, Flegmatik comes back to lead once again. Flegmatik on the inside. Bad on the near side, lands Reading. Now he claims the lead once more. 100 yards to go. Bad driven out up towards the line. It is Bad who wins over Flegmatik in second. And their private battle.
The third horse was back in the next parish. He's a relentless, honest old galloper, you know. There is a horse there that was eye-catching the last time, Menaggio in Kelso. He closed up the run-in big time behind Walk on Quest. But he has won a couple of times in Plumpton. Stepping up to 3 Mile, and he has a bit of boot, but we'll stay with that lad tomorrow. We're going with one again tomorrow in Limerick. 2 miles 3, good ground, may suit Johnny Manzi. This lad was well back the last day. We were on him at bigger prices, but just 3 mile and heavy ground. Hated the sight of it. Now, this is bottom of the barrel stuff, to be honest. Like rated, 83. I think he went down to 82 today, actually. We'll check. 82. I don't know much about the jockey, JP Kerwin. Wasn't a claimer on him the last 3 times. He didn't do too bad. But that was a good run in Punchestown today. And if you take out the soft ground, he was third there. Well, he was third of 3, but seems to be better on better ground. Position of handbrake is unknown. The horse there is course and distance as well for the Inforum Shark handling. C-set. Be interested to see how that runs tomorrow. First run back for the Shark since coming back from Oracogan. But it has won here 2 miles 5 on good to yielding. Hasn't run since January, so it's hard to know. But he'll be looking. He's going all right lately. He'll be looking to make a few pounds after being out for so long. We'll have a shot at that. Tomorrow morning, 20 to 7, that Australian race is rescheduled. Let's see if they're betting up for horse racing. I think it's 3 to 1. 3-1. That'll get me up here a bit. Vauban. Won for us a couple of times before, but just I was fierce and pressed with it. This is 1.5 miles tomorrow. 2,400 metres. But this was over 1.2 miles, which you'd think that it wouldn't have a prayer. That's him back there. Keep an eye on him. I would fierce and precious turn of foot.
Lindemann, Circle of Fire looks to have had enough as Arapaho pulls out. Then Land Legend, Kinesiology stays on the fence, and Vauban is still last, being roused along, but Nasher swinging off Lindemann at the 300 metres. 2 lengths away, Arapaho's closing in, and now Vauban starting to knuckle down on the outside. Nash gets busy on Lindemann. At the 150, Lindemann from Arapaho, and Vauban starting to wind up out wide. It's Lindemann in front, he's begging for the post. Arapaho and Vauban the outside. Arapaho, Vauban. Vauban got up. Right on the post, Vauban in the sky high. Nosed out Arapaho. Lindemann ran out a puff in third, followed then by Circle of Fire, and they got the other pair, Land Legend and Kinesiology.
On the which one were they on? Were they on the Arapaho or were they on Vauban? I wasn't sure where they held on, but a man is in that race as well. Arapaho. To be on up a couple of furlongs. I think it's worth a bet. 2 by honour. Remember they let it down for an awful lot of money and then to second in a Group 1 since. Anyway. It's Monday night. What do we do on a Monday night? We try to sing an old song. This is for John White in Limerick. He asked for it there a few weeks ago. Oh, the cold winds from the mountain are calling soft to me. The smell of scented heather brings bitter memories. A wild and lonely eagle up in the summer sky flies high o'er Shanna Golden, where my young Willie lies. Oh, I met him in the winter time when the snow was on the ground. The Irish hills were peaceful and love was all around. Scarcely 21 years, a young man in his prime. We were married, darling Willie, by the eve of Christmas time. Oh, do you remember, darling, when we walked the moonlit road? I held you in my arms, love, I would never let you go. Our hands they were entwined, my love, all in the pale moonlight, by the fields of Shanna Golden, on a lonely winter's night. Then came the call to arms, dear, and the hills they were aflame. Down from the silent mountains the Saxon strangers came. I held you in my arms, my love, my young heart wild with fear. Oh, by the fields of Shanna Golden, in the springtime of the year. Oh, you fought them, darling Willie, all through the summer days. I heard the rifles firing in the mountains far away. I held you in my arms, my love, your blood ran free and bright, and you died in Shanna Golden, on a lonely summer's night. Oh, that was long ago, my love, and your sun grows fine and tall. The hills, they are at peace again, the Saxon strangers gone. We'll place the red rose on your grave by the silvery pale moonlight, and we'll dream of Shanna Golden on a lonely winter's night. And we'll dream of Shanna Golden on a lonely winter's night. Bash the bookies, over and out.